Welcome, welcome one and all once again to Word of the Week. I am your host, Bradley Overrated, and if you don't know anything about this show, it is the best show on YouTube, hands down the best. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better video. Please ignore my quality of my video and everything else. But let's get into it. If you don't know what Word of the Week is exactly, it's basically where I talk about a specific word that is unique, and I just wanted to go over a little bit about it, what it means, give it an example, and of course apply it to the game I am playing, which, by the way, Super Mario Odyssey, great game, highly recommended. And dear Nintendo, I know you're gonna copyright claim this video, but go ahead, Nintendo. I only have 39 subscribers at the time of making this. By the way, if anybody sees this and you like this and you want to subscribe, you know, it'd be cool to get to 40 subscribers. I never thought I'd even get to 10, so just throwing that out there. And the word of the week is fop, and yes, it's not a very long word, it's not even a complicated word, but it is a word that is never used at all. And I'm kind of surprised that this word's kind of been kicked to the curb because it's so applicable, especially in today's society, man. At least here in, the United States, at least. So what is fop? Well, a fop is a man who cares excessively about his clothes and appearance. Now, I know what you're all thinking, this must only apply to the homosexuals. You racist! You freaking racist and you sexist! How dare you only say that? That is not true, okay? Every single high school boy out there uses Axe body spray and does his hair and wears appropriate clothes that are in fashion right now and wants to look cool. Who do you think you are coming off at the homosexuals? Funny story, though, about that. A man by the name of Oscar Wilde, who is a terrific writer, I'll put him up here, bam! I mean, look at that. Sexy stud muffin of a man. No, he's not. But he actually used this term in his book, A Picture of Dorian Gray. It was commonly used in Victorian literature to describe very eccentric men, to say the least. And the ironic thing about it was, eventually, towards the end of Oscar Wilde's life, he actually got exiled for being a homosexual, for committing homosexual acts. So I can see where people actually come from when they use this term to describe the gays. And by they, I mean nobody, because nobody uses this term anymore. And while I think, once upon a time this used to be a derogatory term in the 19th century, if I was to use this term now, in the 21st century, I almost feel like it would be a compliment. I mean, let's look at some other terms like nerd and geek. In the 90s, if you were called a nerd or a geek, it was not a compliment in the slightest. You were ridiculed for it. It was definitely not a term that you would wear as a badge of honor. But nowadays, everybody wants to be a nerd or geek or has a nerd or geek side. I mean, look at Star Wars and how popular it is. Everybody seems to be in love with Star Wars in some way, shape, or form. Big Bang Theory is another thing that comes to mind. It's just, nerd culture is huge. Comic-Con, video games used to be only depicted as those fat, nerdy kids with glasses that played it, but now you got people like Drake who are playing Fortnite with Ninja online. I mean, it's crazy how things can change. And now nerd and geek are really just compliments to people. And maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like if I was to go up to somebody and say, "You are such a fop," and they knew what it meant, and they wore nice clothes, what would they say? Thank you? I mean, seriously, it's not really an insult anymore. Wearing nice clothes can get you to places. You can get a job these days just by the fact that you dressed better than all the other applicants. I mean, this does not seem like a bad thing to me. Maybe I'm going crazy here, but it seems like a pretty positive term nowadays. And if you're wondering why I chose fop for Super Mario Odyssey, I mean, did you not see all those outfits that Mario can choose from? Mario is a fop, ladies and gentlemen. This guy cares deeply about his wardrobe now. And I gotta tell you, I kinda wish I had his wardrobe. And this white tux is awesome. Why didn't I think of that when I got married? I mean, he looks sharp, does he not? This concludes Word of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you're interested in learning more about words, which I know you totally are, be sure to click that subscribe button, as I do these every single week on Monday. And I actually do videos throughout the entire week, so check those out if you feel like it. Alright guys, that's it for me. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout, and I just gotta say, Mario, I like your suit, man. I like what you're doing there. Have a good one, guys.